We are going to start in a seated meditation today. So for seated, as always, I recommend if you have a beach towel, a blanket, or even a block, something to just help you feel like you are in alignment so that your hips can be directly underneath your shoulders, which can be directly underneath your crown. If you don't have anything, no big deal. Just find what a comfortable seat looks like for you and begin to find that space. Begin to sink in to that space. Allow yourself to find whatever wiggle wobbles you need. Also, a quick side note, as we're settling in right off screen, I do have my furry assistant yoga teacher, and sometimes he likes to let his voice be heard. Hopefully not today, but just in case he does pop in, I like to acknowledge him. So go ahead, find that comfortable seat. It could be on knees, legs straight out, crisscross. Let your hands fall where they're comfortable. They can be resting on legs. You can find a hand placement down at the base of your belly, maybe heart center, palms pressing into each other, whatever feels right for you today. And then go ahead and find a drishti point, a point of unmoving energy, a point of focus that you can allow your peripheral vision to go fuzzy. You can drive in all of that attention and all of that energy. And just bring that focus and energy into our breath. As you inhale, feel your lungs expand, your belly is soft and receiving of that oxygen, and your crown is reaching towards the sky. And then as you exhale, you keep that lift, you keep that buoyancy, but you allow your muscles to relax. Your shoulders drop, your bones feel soft. Just letting yourself exist in this space. Finding big, sweet inhales and even bigger, sweeter exhales as you begin to focus in on your intention. We are coming up on the spring equinox, which is a beautiful time of year. It is the time where light begins to win over dark. We're bringing a little bit more energy back into each day. But most importantly, it's a day of perfect balance. It's a day where there is equality, equinox. And so focusing in on that energy of what you can bring into your life that creates perfect balance. What in your life is seeking perfect balance? Where can you find that balance between inhale and exhale? The balance between right side and left side of our body. And again, the balance in the universe of finding light and dark and the beauty within each. That's the personal intention we'll be working with today, but if there's something else you need to focus on, as always, feel free to find that energy. Give yourself 2 to 3 more really big, deep breaths into that sensation of equality, of balance, of the equinox. As you inhale, crown reaches high, every cell in your body expands to take up a little bit more space. And as you exhale, you soften into that space, you soften into that energy. 2 more, just like that. Feeling both right side and left side in perfect balance, receiving that energy. And then as you exhale, feeling that balance settle in. On your next inhale, go ahead and let your eyes flutter open or bring a little bit more focus in and begin to find some sloshy movements. Begin to find the movements that you're craving. And as always, but most importantly today, the only rule here is that you give each side the same amount of love, the same focus, the same energy. Balance and equality is the name of the game, is our intention. So find the flashy movements you need. Find the sensations that are calling to you that will bring that balance in your body. And then once you feel balanced and you've given each side the same amount of love, come back to neutral, come back to that midline. And we're going to begin to wake up our spine on each side. Inhale, let those fingertips reach tall to the sky, reach them high. Open that heart with a little baby back bend. Separate those arms out to a goalpost. Let your gaze go a little bit higher. Inhale, reach those fingertips tall. And then as you exhale, we're gonna let our right hand come to the outside of our left knee. Left hand is just balancing behind us. And a couple breaths here into this gentle twist. Early on, be really sweet and gentle with yourself. As you inhale, feel that heart lift, puff up through those lungs all the way down into the belly, creating space in between our vertebrae. And then as you exhale, settle into that twist. Find the softness, find the ease. One more big breath here. Find the lift through the crown. And then as you exhale, maybe find a little bit more twist, even if that's just with your eyeballs reaching over that left-hand side. Next inhale, gently let yourself come back through midline, back into that equality, back into that equinox. And then as you exhale, our left hand is going to come to the outside of right knee. Right hand is back behind us, just balancing out. And 2 to 3 big breaths here, finding that same balance. This is also an awesome opportunity to feel how one side versus the other might feel a little different, might have a little bit of a different sensation, a different story, and using our breath to find that balance, to find that neutrality. Do one more big breath here, finding that depth, even if it's just with your eyeballs. And then on our inhale breath, let your hands come back up through midline. One more heart opener, cactus those arms out, gaze goes high, shine that heart. Inhale breath, reach those hands high and let them come down through heart center just for a moment. Maybe take eyes closed or soft gaze and feel the balance, feel the energy that we're going to bring through into the rest of our Equinox class. Once you feel ready, once you feel aligned right and left, let your legs swing out to the side or roll over ankles, making our way into our tabletop position. You can move your prop out of the way if you have it. And then go ahead, find those sloshy movements yet again, this time in tabletop. Different sensation, same rule, finding the balance, finding this opportunity to realign what sensation is your body craving in this variation and this orientation, and give yourself permission to find it. Balancing out right and left. Once you're there, let your hands walk forward, palm width distance, and toes reach back. Feeling this balance, feeling this power in our plank pose just for a moment, taking one big breath here, feeling each side, right and left, balancing you in space, balancing you in power. And then as you exhale, drop down to knees, drop down to your chest, and then slither forward onto your belly. Once you're on your belly, let the tops of your toes come to press into your mat. And bring your fingertips out wide in line with your shoulders, tented fingertips. As you inhale, shine your heart up into our super cobra variation. Exhale, release down, forehead to mat, feeling that balance right in the midline of our body. 2 more super cobras. Inhale, press in with your toes. Activate through your quads, your glutes, your low back, and then gently press up on those fingertips. Exhale, forehead to mat. Once more, activating right and left hand side. Perfect balance today. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, gently press it up into that tabletop pose. Curl your toes under. Walk those palms forward, palm width distance, and let those hips lift high and back. Downward facing dog, balanced, sloshy movement. First time here, find the shape that downward facing dog is today in perfect harmony with right and left. It might mean taking a really deep bend in your knees, pressing into each and every fingertip equally, and then allowing your belly to pull your legs into the shape that they need to be today. More importantly than where our heels are, where our legs are, imagine every single fingertip gripping the mat, pressing away in perfect balance. Once your slashy movements are balanced out, find one big deep breath into this powerful resting pose. As you inhale, breathe into the sensation, both right and left, both in equal power. As you exhale, settle into that truth. Finding breath to body movement in our Spring Equinox salutation. On your inhale breath, let your right leg lift high to the sky. Reach it tall, expanding through that right side body. As you exhale with control, pull that knee to belly, knee to chest. We're looking at our right thumb. We're gently stepping through once we get there. Let your left hand stay nice and heavy. Inhale breath. Let that right hand open high, little shine through that heart. Gaze follows that right hand. As you exhale, hand comes back down to the mat. Drop down to that left knee. Inhale breath. Shine that heart high. Pull that heart up and through. As you exhale, we're going to tick-tock our hips back, pulling our right toes back towards our nose, half split. Inhale breath, walk it forward back into our low lunge and settle on your exhale. Inhale breath, scoop those arms high, reach them high to the sky. Exhale, cactus those arms, open up through that heart, open up through that left hip flexor. Inhale, reach those hands tall. Exhale, hands come back down to the mat. Activate through that back leg. That left leg gets nice and strong. Step it back with the right. Big inhale breath. Power in this balanced core pose. And then drop to knees. Drop to chest. Slither forward. Press the tops of your toes down into the mat. Tented fingertips. Inhale breath. Find your super cobra. Just one. Exhale, release. On your inhale breath, curl those toes under, hands come underneath shoulders, press it up into our tabletop pose, readjusting whatever variation you need. And then on an inhale breath, let your hips lift high and back, down dog. One more big breath here. Inhale into whatever space you need to bring balance. Exhale to seal in that equality. Moving into left side. Inhale, left leg reaches high to the sky. Reach it tall. Now take your time. Full exhale, knee to belly, knee to chest. Looking at that left thumb, gently step it through. Let that right hand stay nice and heavy. Inhale, breath. Let that left hand shine high, opening up through that heart space. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Drop down to that back knee. Inhale, shine that heart first and foremost, extending through that right side body. And then exhale, tick-tock those hips back. Pull those left toes back towards your nose, little half splits. Inhale, breath. Walk those hands forward. And then allow yourself to settle in with that exhale. Big inhale, scoop the energy up high, making your way into our crescent low lunge. Exhale, shine the heart. Inhale, breath, reach those fingertips tall. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Activate through that back leg, feel the power, feel the balance, and then step it back into that plank pose to actualize that balance, right and left side. And then on an exhale breath, knees drop first, then heart. Slither it forward to belly, tops your toes, press in. Activate through those quads, the low spine, tented fingertips out in line with your shoulders. Inhale, breath, super cobra. Exhale, release. Bring those hands back underneath shoulders, curl those toes under. Inhale, breath, tabletop pose, feeling the balance. And then walk the palms forward, any adjustment in stance to let those hips lift high, downward facing dog. Big reset breath here. Breathe equally into right and left lung. Right and left hamstring, allowing yourself to ease into that balance as you exhale. Back to right hand side. Inhale, breath. Let that right leg lift high to the sky. Reach it tall, pull in the energy of the light. And then as you exhale, knee to belly, knee to chest. Look at that right thumb, gently step it through. Staying elevated to start, left hand gets heavy. Inhale, breath, let that right hand lift high, shine that heart. And then use your exhale to come back through midline. Drop down to that left knee. Inhale, breath, shine that heart. Exhale, tick-tock those hips back. Pull those right toes back in space. Half split variation. Exhale, breath, walk it forward. Inhale, breath, scoop it tall, reach it high, low crescent lunge. Exhale, shine that heart. Inhale, reach those fingertips tall. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Activate through that back leg. Inhale, step it back. Find that plank pose, that balance, that equality, the strength through both right and left hand side. Then on an exhale, drop to knees, drop to chest, slither forward onto belly. Let your fingertips come out wide, activate through toes, legs, back. Inhale, breath, curious cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, breath. Let those hands come underneath shoulders. Press it up into our tabletop, equalizing whatever you need to, and then let those hips lift high and back, downward facing dog. Reset breath. Breathe into the space you need. Breathe into the power. Breathe into the equality. And then on an inhale breath, let that left leg reach high. Reach it tall to the sky. As you exhale, knee comes to belly, then to chest. We're looking at our left thumb. Gently step it through. Right hand stays heavy. Inhale, let that left hand shine high, opening up through our heart, feeling the strength, the power, the balance. Exhale, let it come down to mat. Drop down to that right knee. Inhale, shine your heart. Puff up through your chest. Exhale, tick-tock your hips back. Pull your toes towards your nose. Half splits. Inhale, breath, walk those hands forward. Settle on your exhale. Big inhale, scoop it all the way up. Low crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus those arms. Inhale, reach those fingertips tall. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Activate through that right leg. Inhale, step it back. Find that plank pose, that balance, that equality, puffing up through all our strong muscles. And then as you exhale, knees first, then drop to chest. Slither it forward, fingertips out wide, tops of your toes press in, low spine. Inhale, breath. Find that nice big cobra expression. Exhale, release. Inhale, breath, hands back underneath shoulders. Press it up, tabletop pose. Reset here, curl your toes under, and then find your way into a downward facing dog. Reset breath. Find the sensation of balance, of equality, of the equinox right here. And then on our inhale breath, let that right leg lift high to the sky. You know where we're going. Let your body flow through this balance as you exhale, making our way towards that right thumb. Gently step it through. Left hand stays heavy. Inhale, shine through that heart. Let that right hand lift high. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Drop down to that left knee. Inhale, puff up through that chest. Crown is reaching tall. Exhale, tick-tock your hips back. Right toes pull back towards your nose. Inhale, breath, walk it forward. Stay for your exhale. Big movement, big energy. Inhale, scoop it up, making our way into our low crescent lunge. Exhale, shine that heart. Inhale, reach those fingertips tall. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Activate through that left leg, power through that, and then step it back into the right, feeling the balance, feeling the power, the equality. Exhale, knees, heart, then belly, tops of your toes, press down, activate through those legs, tented fingertips out to the side. Inhale, breath, big super cobra expression. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, press it up into tabletop. Reset, feel that balance on front and back. And then let those hips lift high and back. Downward facing dog. Breathe into what you need here. Breathe into the power, the balance, or the seeking of that. Whatever it is, allow that exhale to settle it in. Next inhale, breath, left leg lifts high to the sky. Reach it tall. As you exhale, knee comes to belly, then to chest. Trust your body, it knows where it's going. Step it through to that left thumb. Right hand stays heavy. Inhale, breath. Let that left hand fly high, opening up through your heart. Exhale, hands come down to frame that front foot. Drop down to that right knee. Inhale, puff your chest up and through. Exhale, tick-tock your hips back. Toes come with you, half split variation. Inhale, breath, walk it forward. Stay for your exhale. Activate through that right, or scoop those hands high. Find that nice, beautiful low crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus those arms. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Now activate through that right leg. Inhale, step it back in balance and equality. Plank pose. Feel the power, feel the strength, that one line of energy. Then drop to knees on an exhale. Then heart, slither it forward onto belly. Tops of your toes press in, fingertips out wide. Inhale, breath, super cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, breath, press it up into our tabletop pose. Reset breath, feel that balance on front and back side of our body. Walk those hands forward, curl those toes under. Inhale, breath, lift those hips high and back. Downward facing dog. Reset breath. We have one more flow each side to bring in spring, to find the light, to bring that equality, and to feel that true balance on the perfect day for it. On your inhale breath, let that right leg lift high. You know where we're going, so my words will be less. Exhale, take your time, stepping through the right thumb. Left hand stays heavy. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, hands back to mat. Drop down to that knee. Puff your chest, fill up. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, walk it forward. Stay for your exhale. Scoop it up. Inhale, low crescent lunge. Shine the heart. Last one on this side. Make it count. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Activate through that back leg. Inhale, step it back. Power in plank, power in balance. Exhale, knees, heart, belly. Fingertips out wide. Inhale, super cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, breath, tabletop. Reset. Find the balance. Find your power. And then inhale, down dog. Take what you need here. Big balancing breath. Equalizing sensation. Little reset. Last movements to find true balance in our body. Inhale, left leg reaches high. Take your time on your exhale, aiming towards left thumb. Right hand stays heavy. Inhale, twist it open. Exhale to mat. Drop down to your knee. Inhale, puff that heart up and through. Exhale, hips tick-tock back. Inhale, walk it forward. Settle on that exhale. Scoop it up, big energy. Inhale, sweep it tall. Exhale, shine your heart. Last one. Inhale, reach it tall. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Activate through your back leg. Inhale, step it back, plank pose. In balance, in power, in activation. Knees drop on your exhale, then heart. Slither to belly. Tap your toes, press in. Inhale, breath. Last, super cobra. Shine it high. Little change here, exhale. Let yourself come back down to the mat. And then stack right and left hand underneath your forehead, creating a little gap for your nose. And then let yourself feel the equality and the pull of gravity, right and left hand side. If some windshield wipers are calling to you, you can bend your knees and sway your legs back and forth. Or if stillness is what is needed, you can let yourself just find 2 to 3 breaths in the Shavasana variation, allowing yourself to find the connection with our breath, with our body, with that balance and that equality we were able to pull in during this equinox. One more big breath into that sensation of balance and perfection in our lives. Seal it in with that exhale, soften something. Once you feel ready, gently let your hands come back underneath your shoulders, press up into that tabletop in perfect balance right here, right now. And then curl over those ankles or sweep them out to the side, making our way into our seated position. Pull that heart up and through, giving yourself a nice tall spine. And then as you exhale, gently make your way onto your back, pressing down vertebrae by vertebrae. Once you're there, let your knees stay bent. Take one hand to heart, one hand to belly. And breathe into that equality. Feel both right and left hand side fill up equally. Feel yourself expand both front and back. Allowing yourself to settle in to the sensation of balance. Once you feel ready, you can let your legs fall long. Hands come out to the side. And allow yourself to ease into the sensation of Shavasana. Once you get here, if knees bent is the better opportunity for balance, by all means, you can keep that sensation. But wherever you are, let your toes relax, your feet relax. Your calves and shins are just floating in space. Your hamstrings and quads, your glutes and your belly are just allowing gravity to take over in its liquid state. Release any sensation you're holding in your hands, your forearms, biceps and triceps are also floating in the space of gravity. Let your shoulders be heavy on your mat, your chest be soft and just receiving your breath. Release any tension or sensation you have in your neck. Let your tongue fall from the roof of your mouth, your jaw fall open. And in perfect balance, perfect equality, find that third eye center, that space right between your eyebrows, as you let yourself float off into Shavasana. Gently begin to bring some awareness and balance and equality back into your body. First, with both right and left hand toes, and then your right and left hand fingers, maybe tickling those fingers with your thumbs. Feeling both left and right hand lungs fill up with that inhale. And both sides of our body soften with that exhale. Once you feel like you have fully arrived back into your mind, let your fingertips reach up overhead, finding a nice big deep breath. Now in this sensation, recognize which side still needs a little bit more love, right or left hand side. Whichever side needs that attention to find the balance. Gently roll over onto that bicep, pulling those knees in towards chest, giving yourself this final posture, this final beat, this final sensation of balance, of a reawakening and welcoming yourself back into the equinox. On an inhale breath, keeping your eyes closed or gaze soft, gently make your way into a comfortable seated position towards the top of your mat. Once you're there, bring your hands together at heart center. Drop your chin towards chest, finding that sensation of perfect balance, of perfect equality during this time of bringing the light back into our lives. On an inhale breath, bring your hands together up in between your eyebrows, lifting your chin towards the sky in a sign of appreciation and awareness of the energy and effort we were able to share today. Please know, the inner teacher and light within me so appreciates and so recognizes the inner teacher and light within each of you. And one way to say this is to bow our heads and say namaste.